Afghanistan is a landlocked country located at the intersection of Central and South Asia. For thousands of years, its geography placed it at the center of major trade routes, empires, and cultural exchanges. This same geography has also contributed to persistent political instability, foreign intervention, and internal fragmentation. To understand Afghanistan, it is necessary to look beyond modern conflict and examine its physical landscape, historical development, political structures, economic foundations, and cultural composition as a whole. Afghanistan covers approximately 652,000 square kilometers, making it slightly larger than France. It shares borders with Pakistan, Iran, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, and China. The country has no direct access to the sea, which has historically limited trade and economic integration. The dominant geographic feature is the Hindu Kush mountain range, which runs diagonally across the country and divides it into several isolated regions. These mountains have historically restricted internal movement, encouraged regional autonomy, and complicated centralized governance. Northern Afghanistan consists of relatively fertile plains connected to Central Asia, while the southwest contains arid desert regions. Rivers such as Amu Darya, Helmand, and Kabul River provide limited agriculture potential, though water management remains a persistent challenge. Kabul, the capital city, lies in an elevated valley in the east and has long functioned as both a political and cultural center. Afghanistan's national flag has changed frequently over the past century, reflecting the country's repeated political transformations. Few countries in the world have altered their flags as often, which in itself illustrates Afghanistan's unstable modern political history. Historically, Afghan flags have almost always featured black, red, and green. These colors are commonly interpreted as representing the past, struggle, and hope for the future. The most recognizable modern version of the flag consisted of 3 vertical stripes, black on the left, red in the center, and green on the right, with the national emblem placed in the center. The emblem traditionally included a mosque, a prayer niche, Islamic inscriptions, and references to Afghanistan's independence. Since the Taliban's return to power in 2021, the official flag has been replaced by a plain white banner bearing the Islamic declaration of faith known as Shahada, written in black Arabic script. This flag emphasizes religious identity rather than national symbolism. The existence of multiple flags associated with Afghanistan today reflects the broader division between state authority, historical continuity, and international recognition. Human settlement in present-day Afghanistan dates back tens of thousands of years. Archaeological evidence shows early agriculture communities and urban centers emerging during the Bronze Age. In antiquity, Afghanistan was part of larger imperial systems, including the Achaemenid Persian Empire and later the conquests of Alexander the Great. Following Alexander's death, Hellenistic and Central Asian cultures merged, producing hybrid societies such as Greco-Bactrian Kingdom. Between the 1st and 7th centuries, Afghanistan was an important center for Buddhism, particularly in regions such as Bamiyan. This period ended with the spread of Islam in the 7th century, after which the region became integrated into the Islamic world. During the Middle period, Afghanistan was ruled by successive Islamic dynasties, including the Ghaznavids, Ghurids, and Timurids. The Mongol invasions of the 13th century caused severe destruction, but trade and urban life eventually recovered. The modern Afghan state began to take shape in the 18th century under Ahmad Shah Durrani, who unified various tribal regions into a single political entity. Later, in 19th century, Afghanistan became a buffer state between the British and Russian empires. In 1919, Afghanistan gained full independence from British influence. For much of the 20th century, it functioned as a monarchy, followed by a republic after 1973. Political instability increased shortly after the communist coup in 1978, which triggered the Soviet invasion in 1979. The Soviet-Afghan War, lasting a decade, deeply militarized Afghan society and weakened state institutions. After the Soviet withdrawal, civil war followed, leading to the rise of the Taliban in the mid-1990s. In 2001, the US-led invasion removed the Taliban from power and established a new government supported by international forces. This period saw improvements in infrastructure and education, but remained heavily dependent on foreign aid. In 2001, The Taliban returned to power following the withdrawal of international troops. Today, Afghanistan is governed as the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan, led by the Taliban. The system is based on religious authority rather than electoral politics and remains largely unrecognized internationally. Afghanistan's economy is primarily agrarian. A significant portion of the population depends on farming and livestock for survival. Major agriculture products include wheat, fruits, nuts, and saffron. The country also processes substantial untapped mineral resources, including copper, iron, gold, lithium, and rare earth elements. Despite this potential, lack of infrastructure, sanctions, and political instability have prevented large-scale development. For decades, Afghanistan was a major producer of opium. Recent restrictions have sharply reduced production, though the long-term economic consequences of this shift remain uncertain. Afghanistan's economy has historically relied on foreign aid, remittances, and informal trade. Unemployment and poverty remain widespread. With a population of around 49.5 million people, Afghanistan is ethnically diverse. The four major ethnic categories in the country are Pashtun, Tajik or Farsi one, Hazara, and Uzbek, along with several smaller communities. No single group forms an absolute majority. Approximately 43% of the population is under the age of 15, and about 74% of Afghans live in rural areas. Two languages dominate public life: Dari, or a form of Persian, and Pashto. Many Afghans are bilingual, and regional languages are also spoken. Islam plays a central role in Afghan society. The population is overwhelmingly Muslim, primarily Sunni with significant Shia minority. Religious values influence social norms, legal systems, and daily life. Family structure, tribal affiliation, and local customs remain highly influential, particularly in rural areas. Afghanistan has a long tradition of poetry, philosophy, and art. Classical Persian literature flourished in cities such as Herat and Balkh. Figures such as Jalaluddin Rumi were born in regions that are now part of modern Afghanistan. The Perahan Tumban is the standard tradition outfit for men, consisting of a tunic shirt, pants, and optional head covering. It originates from the ancient nomadic Eastern Iranians, ancestors to both Tajiks and Pashtuns, and remains traditional among people in Afghanistan. Traditional women's dresses are always long and are made from light linens and are loose-fitting for ease of movement. As most Afghans are Muslim and virtually all Afghan women wear a head covering based on local interpretation of religious laws. Most women wear a hijab or chador as a covering. Some wear a chadari, better known in the West as burqa. Traditional crafts including carpet weaving, metalwork, and calligraphy remain important cultural expressions. Music, storytelling, and oral poetry have historically served as tools for preserving history and identity. Despite prolonged conflict, Afghanistan cultural identity has remained remarkably resilient. Afghanistan today faces significant challenges, including international isolation, economic hardship, restrictions on education and employment for women, and ongoing humanitarian concerns. At the same time, Afghan society continues to adapt. Informal markets function, regional trade persists, and diaspora communities play a growing role in sustaining families and transmitting knowledge. Understanding Afghanistan requires recognizing both its structural difficulties and its historical depth. It is neither a failed civilization nor a simple conflict zone, but a complex society shaped by geography, history, and global power dynamics. Its mountains have protected it and isolated it. Its position has enriched it and exposed it, and its people have endured repeated transformations of power. Any serious decision of Afghanistan must move beyond headlines and consider the long historical processes that continue to shape the country today.